Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true.
Dialing for dollars. The search goes on. What is rather interesting, the Clinton-era crime bill, which is, you know, in the political arena today, is talking about how it's racist and it put too many people in prison, etc., etc. But we went looking for grant information that we used to be able to receive pretty easily. When the Obama administration came into being, the Justice Department changed significantly. Here's a copy of an email referencing our earlier FOIA requests. We noticed that in 2012, when we went back to the same source where we could find all of that data for the city of Sacramento on one large database, no more. The link is broken. We can't get there. And we go to the new and improved Department of Justice website that still shows Calder as the Attorney General. I guess they've been just a little too busy to recall Attorney General Lynch is now in charge of the Department of Justice. When we do start clicking onto the pages that are supposed to account for grants going back to 1997, guess what? They're just flat not around anymore. I guess we don't want to look at those things which were funded, the initiative to put 100,000 new police officers on the streets of America during the Clinton era, to the new Obama administration grants that began in 2009. The navigation process is very complex. You have multiple listings of multiple grants by state, by project area, by need, etc., etc. Now, I'll apologize immediately for the poor quality of the text rendering here. I'm not sure why our capture software is doing that, but this kind of gives you an idea of the amount of time that it takes just to look at grants issued in 1 year alone. You think you found the item that you want, and boom, up pops an interactive map that doesn't really tell you anything. So you go back to the beginning and you start from the scratch and you look for something very specific. And again, a very difficult process. We're interested in knowing how many COPS grant dollars the city of Sacramento received in 2015. But for some reason, that link isn't clickable. We have to then look at 2014. And here again, you have to go through a whole list of different items, hoping that you're going to find something you can work with. And voila, we finally get to something that looks like an Excel spreadsheet. The only problem we run into is in trying to select something specific so that we can then take that data and transfer it to our own spreadsheet so that at some point we'll be able to do this. The ability to take the number, enter it into our own spreadsheet so that at some point we can make a cumulative estimate of the total dollars that have been received from the Department of Justice COPS program. So what happens? When we can't get where we need to get, then we have to go back to the old-fashioned way and see if we can find something from there. And the bottom line is that has become a very difficult process as well. And the format is not something we can use. So here we are having Googled the search, and we have to scroll down the list And then at some point we find out that the city of Sacramento received X number of dollars. Um, Again, we have to search, we have to look for, we have to, call out extraneous information that we don't want. And this, again, continues to be a process that is very cumbersome for anyone to do. So you would ask the question, why would anybody try? And sometimes I do wonder, is what we're trying to accomplish here, accounting for millions and millions of dollars, worthwhile? Does anyone really care? Well, if our numbers are right, based on estimates from what we've been tracking for the last 18 years, $100 million or more is a lot of money. And here we see one typical grant back in the early days of the COPS program for about $5.5 million. So there you have it, folks. That's why I'm very frustrated trying to prepare for the annual budget hearing for our police department, which once again is 17 pages of a lot of talk, a lot of programs.